So, if there are so many advantages of a flipped classroom, why do many teachers feel so reluctant to start flipping the classes? It's probably because they are not familiar with this relatively new approach, and they might worry about the lack of appropriate skills or about the workload. But the solution is simple. Just watch a few tutorials and get some training. And as for the workload, start small. Record a short announcement, for example, a welcome message. Before we take a closer look at the potential challenges, I would like to say some words about the tool. The tool is called Screencast matic, and actually it's the only thing that I don't like about this program, as its name is just too long for me. The rest is just fantastic. The program is fast, free, very easy to use. The interface is just really very simple. The editor is fantastic. The length of a video clip in a free version is limited to 15 minutes, which I think is fine to start with. You can use several annotation tools. You can add things to the recording. You can change, you can add narration. You can change the speed of and the volume of the recording. And you can also add music. You can see different types of music here. And obviously you can share it, you can share it via different platforms like YouTube, for example. You can download it in Google Drive or Dropbox, or you can download it also as an MP4. I mentioned that you can use captions in Screencast-O-Matic, and you will see it in the next part of this presentation. The captions were added automatically by the program. I didn't need to add my own transcript, and there were only 4 or 5 mistakes that I corrected actually on the spot, so it's a really very useful feature of this program. Okay, so let's continue. Let's have a look at the potential problems. Well, some students can get bored, especially when the video is too long. So instead of one longer video, record 2 or 3 shorter clips, and if necessary you will be able to combine them into one in the editor. Some students get distracted very easily. So maybe you should get them involved as much as possible. For example, you can add some interactive quizzes, ask questions, or add a voting system. Some students' study skills are not well developed, and they just don't know how to watch an educational video. So before you start flipping your class, make sure that your students know how to watch the video in a meaningful, engaging way. And again, you can ask them to take notes, to answer some questions, or add a comment. There will be students with no access to the internet, or no access to the appropriate devices. Digital poverty is a major problem, and it needs to be addressed if we want to live in a 21st century inclusive digital society. But what can we do? If you prepare a series of recorded classes or lectures, that wouldn't be a problem, as you can put the content on a flash drive or even a CD. Well, it gets a little bit more complicated if you record ad hoc clips, or if you record videos of ongoing content. But I think that most of our students will have phones, and if you share your videos on YouTube, you can easily send them via social media or WhatsApp, for example. And probably you recognize this type. There will be students surprised that actually you expected them to watch an educational video of some sort before the class. But this type of student will be surprised anyway by the concept of homework in a traditional classroom too. So again, maybe make a quiz, or ask them to bring their notes, but most importantly, keep them accountable. Maybe you should ask them to watch the content while other students will be practicing and applying what they learned at home in more practical ways. And finally, teachers themselves might be a problem, especially if they want to be too perfect. It's just a waste of time to spend hours on a short video in the hope that you will appear perfect. You are not, and your students know it, so don't bother and be yourself.